Now, Kenya's standard gauge railway has continued to enhance movement of cargo between the coastal city of Mombasa and Nairobi and the capital of Nairobi. It's certainly helping to boost the country's economic output going forward. The Chinese constructed railway line is seen to have awakened a mode of transport that had collapsed many years ago. Here's CGTN's Enock Sikolia reporting.
This locomotive engine has transported freight across Kenya's heartland for over 3 years now. We found it arriving at the Nairobi terminus headed for the inland container depot. Pasture for this Chinese-built workhorse is increasing each year as many transporters shift to the rail. It had been scheduled to transport cargo from Nairobi to the port of Mombasa. At the Nairobi ICD, a crew of crane drivers, line managers and record keepers will be loading wagons with containers ready to be moved to the coast. This is the platform where the loading and unloading of cargo onto wagons happens. Now, according to Afrista, the company that runs the SGR, cargo transportation by rail increased significantly in the last 1 year. They believe that rail transport will once again become the backbone of Kenya's transport industry. At the center of this re-emerging transport giant sits Nairobi terminus, the biggest rail terminal in Kenya. Slightly over 682 tons of cargo passes through this railway station every month. Those carrying goods destined for Nairobi and towns close by drop them here at the inland container depot. Titus Kiprop leads a team of men and women who maintain the railway line, its signals and the workshop. He says he has proudly seen the number of trains and cargo delivered on rail grow through the years.
The reason is because it's more cheaper, it's more efficient.
In Mombasa, this train is headed for the port. It's carrying export containers and some empty. It will return to Nairobi ferrying imports destined for the capital city and other parts of Kenya and neighboring countries like Ethiopia, South Sudan and Uganda. For several decades, transportation of cargo from the coastal city of Mombasa to other parts of the East and Central Africa region has been on road. But with rail transport gaining momentum in Kenya, transporters are slowly moving from the road to the rail.
Just between the period that the SGR was opened for operation up to now, I've seen a huge growth in terms of cargo movement.
To understand why, you have to look at the numbers. It cost an average of $510 to move a 20-foot container from Nairobi to Naivasha and $725 for a 40-foot type. From the inland container depot or the Naivasha container depot, trucks take over. Of course, trucks can go anywhere, while trains only move to places where there is a rail. Now, the Kenyan government is reviving the colonial meter gauge railway and the Kisumu port that had collapsed 2 decades ago. They are expected to enhance transportation of cargo from Mombasa to other parts of Kenya and into the neighboring countries like Uganda and vice versa.
By moving our tea and coffee through this line at greatly reduced costs, the result is extra shillings in the pockets of our hard-working farmers.
In February this year, Afrista, the company that runs the SGR, announced that the movement of containers on the railway line from the port of Mombasa had increased by nearly half. At that time, SGR had moved over 186 cargo trains. Enock Sikolia, CGTN, Mombasa, Kenya.